Hello, how are you? I just got back from a real estate sale and I just wanted to hop on and share with you some of the goodies that I found. Oh, they're so fun, and I had such a misconception about them for years. I thought that they were expensive if you're looking for like furniture, but I've recently started going to them and oh my goodness. So I spent about $40 and came home with some cool stuff. So this one, the sale, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. So today is Thursday, and I was there at 8:55, and, you know, there's already a crowd of people. You want to be early. You want to be one of the first ones there. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crowded. This isn't like a big empty space. You know, typically you're in someone's house going through, you know, room to room. It's like a garage sale on steroids. I love it. And you just never know what you're going to find. So yeah, very, very tight squeeze. You know, everybody's kind of all over the place, you know, the first half hour. And then it kind of thins out a little bit. But you want to be one of those people to get like the first look. Because if there's any good stuff, any good deals, or any, you know, collectible things that people are like looking for, they're going to go first. I would also recommend, and I didn't do this, but I would take some sort of like tote bag with you to use as like a shopping bag. Because as I started to pick things up, yeah, it was, you know, hard to kind of juggle and hold everything, especially like bumping into people like, excuse me, and then I picked up this board game, and so I'm like holding like this, I'm like, excuse me. Alright, so let's just dive right in. The first three items, we're going to start with, I have some local pieces here. I live in Franklin, Pennsylvania, and these caught my eye. It says Christmas in Franklin, 1999, and it says Exchange Bank, 1925. Won't mean much to you, but my husband has been doing HVAC work on this building at the Exchange Bank. Somebody bought it a couple years ago, and it's, you know, rental spaces for businesses and things like that. And I went with them once, like down to the basement. There are some creepy spaces in the basement here. They actually had two of these. They're $10 each, and I grabbed both of them. And it says a fine line design for Historic Franklin Preservation Association. So these were made in 1999. So these are already like 20 years old. But I knew my husband would really like that. And since he's been doing work on it, he does know the owner of the building. And I'm like, oh, they're going to love these. So I grabbed those. They were just super cool. That was a really fun find. And then after I sent my husband a picture of the ornaments, there's a picture of this too. And he's like, oh, can you grab that? So this is actually a picture of our town. This is a view of the city of Franklin, 1901. I mean, that's just really cool. So we have the Allegheny River that comes through here. French Creek comes this way. Allegheny River comes this way, and then they meet together. Very cool. This is drawn by T.M. Fowler in Morrisville, PA. So, I mean, not only is it like a picture of the town, it's beautiful artwork. So those were the historic pieces. And again, that was just really cool. You could tell that these guys, whoever house we were in, you know, they had a bunch of different like historical pieces. So that's always neat to see. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. So after things had died down a little bit and I grabbed like, you know, what I thought were good items. So once things thinned out, then I went back through the rooms a second time to give it a second look over. And you notice things that are like, hey, I could use those. I need those. I would pay more for them somewhere else. So one thing, in the living room there, they had a lot of Christmas stuff. So I know this isn't super exciting, but I grabbed these Christmas labels, or gift labels. I remember last year around Christmas time, we were in Walmart like looking for gift labels, and they were so expensive. So these were like $1 a pack. So I grabbed a bunch of those. There's kitchen items, and I promise I'll get back into more exciting stuff in a second, but we have a cutting board just like this already, but it's not as clean, not as white anymore. This was a quarter. So I grabbed that. And then up in the bathroom, I grabbed some travel size toothpaste for a quarter a piece. Brushes have also gotten pretty expensive. So I got these for a quarter a piece. And then here was this Paul Mitchell conditioner for a quarter. Okay, then there was a stack of records. So I looked through all of them. They were asking $1 a piece for the records. I did recently get myself a record player. So looking through those, I found, wasn't sure like what this was. And then I was like, oh, it's Cher. Here is what the inside of that looks like. I think there's two records here. I thought this was pretty cool. Frank Sinatra, Minute Masters. Number 65. And then this one, is this still sealed? I don't know that I want to open it. So this is JFK, the presidential years 1960 and 1963, original speeches. How cool is that? What a great piece of history. This is an authorized, this is an authorized reproduction through the cooperation of the New York Times. So this was a New York Times, Saturday, November 23rd, 1963. Oh, so that was printed the day after JFK died. That's pretty neat, like in itself there. So then we have excerpts from great speeches, pre-election, election eve, oath of office, State of the Union, Berlin Wall, nuclear test, Birmingham segregation. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat for $1. And then, you know what, I saw this and again, it's just seeing things that are just old. It's just fascinating to me. So here, this was $1. Carrier Strike, a game of naval strategy. Is that Milton Bradley? I think so. It's 8 to adult. Attack and destroy your opponent's ships or plane. 2 or 4 players. Here's what the back looks like. I didn't open it yet, so let's... I mean, even the box is cool. Here is the inside there. And I think other people are like on the hunt for old like vintage games as well, because as I was carrying this around, people were like, oh, were there more games? Where did you find that? And I said, I think there was a Scrabble and like a Trivial Pursuit, but this is the one that stuck out to me as like, you know, really vintage, really cool. But because other people like saw it and were asking me about it, I'm like, oh, I think this was a good find. So here is the game board. Oh good, we have instructions. They're cool. So here is what we have on the inside. There's some cards. We have numbers and pictures on them. We have these here. We got little planes here. There's a die that has letters on it, F or a T. I want to say this might have come from something else. That one looks a little out of place. Okay, yeah. Now looking at the board, like the pieces make a little bit more sense. So you can see the planes with the pieces in there. Huh. I have 2 glass pieces here. How pretty. Like, I don't know values and stuff like that. Pretty glass gets me. Now see, I see the pretty part because the sunlight's coming in from this way and the sun like is shining through there, but it's just this really pretty blue color, and it was $1. And so this one I had grabbed on my first sweep through. This second one I didn't see or get until my second walkthrough, but I am so in love with this one. Like this one, that purple. Oh, This one almost reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland with the top hat. This was $2. And I just think it is gorgeous. Color, oh, love it. And my last find was, there was an iPhone in a box for $5. It said iPhone 6S. I'm like, what are we up to now? iPhone 15? Is that what's out? 14, 15? It was in an OtterBox case, actually. I didn't know it was an OtterBox until I took it out, but so there's an OtterBox case that was on it. And also, like, everything was there, like, I don't even know that it's ever been, like, taken out. So I'm like, hey, I know these still have value, so $5, bought it. You know, it was dead while it was there, but I plugged it in. It does power on, but I get the passcode is needed. So I did a little research. There is an Apple support to reset this lock there, but you have to provide proof of purchase, you know, from a store, and it has to have like the IMEI number like on the receipt and things like that. I filled out the form on Apple support and I was like, look, I paid $5 for this at a real estate sale. I don't know the owner. You know, the sale was being hosted and run by a third party. If anything, I'll keep the headphone. But yeah, if you've had run across that before, have had any luck getting a used phone and it's locked, which I certainly knew that it could have been, but for $5 I'm like, hey, I'll take it. The OtterBox is worth that much. So let me know how you think I did. Let me know what is your coolest find that you've ever found, either at a yard sale, garage sale, or real estate sale, or something like that. I just get so excited going from room to room, just never knowing what treasure you're going to find. So thanks for tuning in just to see what we found today. And I'll see you next time. All right, bye.